afternoon. How tough was it, what? Well, Vince Young is very popular in Houston, and Reggie Bush is too. So, it was a tough choice. It was offense versus defense, and that was the issue. And the question is, what gives you the strongest team? Improve your defense or improve your offense? But Kubiak felt like he can make a big improvement in our offense with the players we picked up in off season.
Sit down.
With his scheme. And we needed more help on the defensive side. If we're going to beat Indianapolis, and that's what we have to do there in our division, we have to have a good, strong pass rush to try to contain Peyton Manning. And, if you look at it this way, if we had Bush, would we outscore Indianapolis? Our decision was no. What's our best chance of beating Indianapolis? And that's with the pass rush. That's Mario Williams. And so that was the decision. That's what it came down to.
Hard to avoid some kind of
games. They say you're stupid, but if you don't win football games, they say you're stupid anyway. So what difference does that make? We're concerned about our fans, but see, our fans want the same thing we want. They want to win. It's just that a lot of them think the best chance of winning was if we picked Vince Young, and then there were others who thought our best chance of winning was if we picked Reggie Bush. So we looked at it and said, what's our best chance of winning? Our coach says, this is how I think we're going to put the strongest team on the field, because that's the question I asked him. Pick the player, put him in the mix, look at the other draft picks we have coming, and what we think we might be able to get with these other picks, and put the team, each of those teams on the field. Which team are you most comfortable with? And the team he was most comfortable with was the one that had Mario Williams.
Bob, you acknowledged that signability was an issue in this decision. So what do you say to people who said this came down to a financial decision?
Well, they're mistaken, because we could have signed either one. We made the same offer to both of them, and we could have signed either one of them. That was really not an issue. The issue was, I say it's extremely important that these young players be in camp and be with the team early on. And I wanted to make sure that we didn't run the risk of a holdout. And that's why I wanted to see if we could reach agreement with the players before the draft. And we were able to do that.
So you're basically saying that you had no fear that Bush would hold out if you had signed him?
I had no fear of what?
That Bush would hold out in camp. I don't think Reggie would have held out. I think we were close enough in the discussions with his agent in terms of the money and everything that we would have been able to reach agreement. I didn't view that as a problem at all. It was really offense versus defense, and we can debate that forever. Ultimately it'll be decided on the playing field.
Did you really feel that this was the quickest way to have an impact to turn the team around? Was that the bottom line?
We felt like that Reggie Bush would have a tremendous impact on our offense. It'd be very exciting, but that Mario Williams could have the same kind of impact on defense. Our coaches, I can't describe how excited they are when they talk about how we will line up with Mario Williams out there, and with Weaver, and then with Peake and Babin. In their view, we'll have the fastest front four on third down in a passing situation or in a 2-minute offense that we go up against. We'll have the fastest front four in the league. And we know something about playing against fast players because we played against Freeney. And we know what he can do and how disruptive he can be. Indianapolis had the choice of signing Edgerton James or Freeney as free agents. They couldn't sign both of them. They had the same decision to make that we had to make. And the decision they made was that the defensive end was more important to that team than the all-pro running back. And that's basically the decision that we've made.
Bob, from a merchandising point of view, was there any thought to the loss of revenue for Vince Young, or in terms of merchandise that could be sold? I mean, that he could sell a whole lot of T-shirts, jerseys, and whatnot. That translates to a lot of revenue for the organization.
Well, that's true, but I think that's temporary. I think you sell the merchandise when you win. And we're all about winning. We're going to build a winning team, a championship team, and this is a solid part of the foundation that goes into that. And as we win, the merchandise will fly out the doors. If you don't win, who wants it? So,
Bob, did the controversy involving Reggie this week, did that factor into the decision at all?
Well, we're concerned about it for Reggie because I hope it doesn't cause him any problems, but it didn't enter into our decision. If that had not come up, if that had not even been an issue, we still would have made the decision that we made.
Mr. McNair, everybody obviously knows about Merriman's jaw-dropping physical condition. What things did you see in his character, in his personality, that made you think he's a good fit for your team and your organization?
That Mario is?
Yes.
Well, number one, he comes from North Carolina, and I grew up in North Carolina, so that gives him special qualifications. I knew he had to be a good player. But no, really, we know about his background and his family, and they're solid people, and he's got the right attitude. He loves the game. He has a passion for it. He's a team player, and he's absolutely phenomenal. Our defensive guys said, I've been around 20 years in this league, and I haven't seen a player come along with the physical talent that this guy's got in the last 20 years, and he can be Reggie White. Now that's what our people think, and I think he has the talent, and I think he has the makeup, the physical, the mental makeup to be able to do that. And our players, we're already hearing from our players in Houston, they're delighted to have him as teammate.
When did you guys decide, was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, or 2 months ago that he was your man?
I think it was last night. We had looked at him. We had him, he and Reggie Bush were both at the top of our board. We thought they were the two best players in the draft. There was never any question in our mind about that. And then the question was, are we going to go for offense or are we going to go for defense? And when we decided that the defensive was more important, Mario was the answer, and we're just delighted to have him.
You going to try to address the offensive line?
Well, Mike Sherman is already working on that. We brought in again the center from Green Bay, and he's going to help. We still have more picks in this draft. We've got second, we've got 2/3 and a fourth, plus the other picks. We'll get some good players, and we'll probably pick up a couple more offensive linemen as we go along. But Mike Sherman, his comment is, we've got more talent than was shown on the field. We weren't playing together as an offensive line last year. We made a lot of changes. We're going to get them playing as a unit. And he said the performance of the existing players, you're going to see a big improvement. Plus, we've added additional players. So we're going to keep working on that.
Take a few more, guys. Your overall thoughts about how this impacts Dominic. We'll be back here. Coach Kubiak say about what his thoughts were about how they're able to continue that position.
Dominic is a great back. He fits our scheme well. He's a great cutback runner. And Gary's experience has been that he's always been able to find backs that will fit this season, this system. And, they become 1,000-yard runners. If they're really a good back, they'll gain 1,500 yards. And so we need two running backs. All teams in the NFL need two good running backs these days. And so we still need another running back, and we're looking for one. But Dominic Davis is an important part of our offense.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
Thank you very much.
They've seen so much of Vince Young coming in draft liner.
Man, I was on a natural high. This morning I woke up with a headache. I don't know where it came from, but a headache, throat was dry. I was just so excited. I was just getting so much energy used up last night from just killing sleep. It was phenomenal. I'm so excited right now.
This is something from a small town.
You've
been dreaming of this.
Yeah, I've been dreaming of it. Just watching football on TV, Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. It's just, you can't explain it. It's a kid's dream. I'm happy to live.
Tell me about when you visited Texas, what you liked about the organization, why you thought on that day you walked away saying, I'm going to fit here.
Everything. First off, the staff. It's just great people. They take care of the players. And it's more important when you go to a team than you realize that. But you gotta have the people first. You gotta have the comfort with the team. You gotta have that with everybody that admit. So going and now being a 4-3, when I say you better for that, because I'm used to being 4-3 and I'm going again.
You talked earlier about you've been in underdog situations before you go in. Houston fans were taking Reggie Bush, really helping to prevent how you win these fans over and have a quick